do you have any stories without harming the innocent?
Call out the
no, absolutely not. But I mean, you had to have some unique scenarios that taught you some lessons.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, there's one lesson. I learned it from the founder of OpenView, Scott Maxwell, who served on the Exact Target board for a long time and was instrumental in the success of that company. Is there's one rule, and it's one rule for any company, and that's focus. And I think that it's really hard to do that, especially at a software company, if you find product market fit,
right,
and your software is selling, and you're going from 0 to 1 million to 1 million to 5 million to 5 million to 15 million.
Yeah.
That's really hard to do because you're trying to just hunt and kill for the first year. And when you need to start focusing, it's just really hard to try to get in that mindset. And the businesses that were doing well were the ones that focused. And whether they were focusing on a certain segment or they're focusing on a certain product or vertical, that was pretty much the rule across the board. And when you notice a lack of focus is when you started to see issues in the unit economics of the business in general, whether that was churn or any of the other ones you want to name for software companies. And so that was number one. And it's the hardest thing in the world to do because especially as a marketer, I'm ADD as hell, honestly, and you want to do everything.
Right.
But in reality, there's very few things that you should be doing that work really well when it comes to your buyer. And you being able to understand that is why you're in marketing. It's not to choose what channels you should be on. Marketing is to understand the buyer and why the buyer does what they do, and that's it. And I think that's the one thing I learned in the best businesses that we invested in and the ones that we saw that we wanted to invest in. That was it. It was their focus.